Point number four, the breakdown of psychological safety. When people feel being ridiculed or retaliation, they go they go quiet. Problems stay underground until they explode on the critical path. Why is this important? Teams without safety underreport, risk over reporting progress, and stop innovating exactly when you need candor the most. Experiment with these actionable tips. Model fail ability. What is fail ability? Be the first one to admit or fault or uncertainty. Start a meeting by saying, here's the mistake I've made this week. And let me tell you what I learned. I'm not an expert here. I need the team to poke holes at this plan. See, your vulnerability, it gives others permission to be transparent. Next one. Separate the person from the process. When a mistake happens, your immediate public line of inquiry must be, how did our processes allow this to happen? Not, who did this? See, when you conduct blameless postmortems focused on systematic improvements and not individual blames, you truly set your team up for success. And the last and final one, I call this assign the challenger role. Their job is to really challenge the plan. This normalize as value to create constructive conflict, forcing the team to defend its decisions with data as well as logic. Point number five, unquestioned hard deadline. The project team, despite knowing the deadline is unrealistic or even impossible, remains silent and does not provide a data-driven challenge or discussion around trade-off. Why is this important? Treating every deadline as immovable drives, unsustainable over time, and shortcuts on quality, it will start eroding your credibility, which eventually dates will always slip. So experiment with these actionable tips. Reframe the conversations to trade-offs. Never say no. You should respond with, yes, we can hit that date. To do so requires making these decisions. Immediately present leadership with 2 to 3 viable options. Here, I'll give you 2 just as an example. Option A, we can hit the date with 60% of the scope. Option B, we can hit the date and scope, but it requires 2 additional senior engineers, and we need them to start on Monday. All right, next point. Present a probabilistic forecast. Present data-driven forecasts based on your analysis. There's a 20% probability of actually hitting this date. To increase it to 80%, we need to address these 3 key variables. And family, be ready to articulate those variables, whatever they are, because you will be asked on them. And the last and final one, family, on this last point, this is always going to show up. Document and publicize assumptions. Formally accept the deadline, but immediately, and I mean immediately, follow up with a documented list of the critical assumptions that must hold true. Here's an example. We are proceeding with this target. This assumes 0 resource turnover. All stakeholder decisions are made within 24 hours, and that risk, whatever those risks are, do not materialize.